Good morning, dear students. Today we will study Joan of Arc from first unit. Before reading the lesson, in short, I will give you the idea about the story. The story is about a girl who was very bold and courageous. The background is of the Hundred Years' War between England and France. In this act, we can see her bold attempt to convince Captain Robert to allow her to fight the Englishmen, a national heroine of France who led the French army to victory over the England at Orleans. Now let's study the lesson. Let's study the short play Joan of Arc by G.B. Shaw, that is George Bernard Shaw. He was an Irish playwright and critic. He wrote more than 60 plays during his lifetime, including major works such as Man and Superman, Pygmalion, and St. John. He was the leading dramatist of his time. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. The war fought between England and France from 1337 to 1453 has come to be known as the Hundred Years' War. As I told you that the story is about a girl who was very bold and courageous, and the background of the story is the Hundred Years of War which was fought between England and France. Joan was a peasant girl. Peasant means agricultural labor or very poor. Joan was a peasant girl born in eastern France who led the French army to several victories during this war. This play begins at the time when all of northern France and some parts of the southwest were under foreign control. The English controlled some parts and the Burgundians controlled the others. The city of the New Orleans, one of the few remaining French cities, was held by the British. The year is 1429. Captain Robert de Baudricourt, a military officer, is seated at the table. His steward stands facing him. Now see. Conversation between Robert and steward as well as Joan. Robert: I told you to throw the girl out. You have 50 armed soldiers and dozens of strong servants to carry out my orders. Are they afraid of her? That means Robert ordered Stewart to throw the girl out. Girl, who is that girl? She is Joan. Robert says that you have 50 armed soldiers and dozen, that means 12 servants to carry out my orders. So, are you afraid of her? Are you nervous? See what Stewart says. No, sir, we are afraid of you, but she puts courage in us. She really doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir. Robert: perhaps. Where is she now? Grimly. Grimly means seriously. Stewart: down in the courtyard. Courtyard means an unroofed area that is enclosed by walls or buildings. Down in the courtyard, sir. Robert goes to the windows and asks the soldiers to send the girl up. The girl enters. Now see, there is an entry of Joan. The girl enters. She is a well built, strong country girl of 17 to 18 years. The squires glare. Glare means to stare in an angry or fierce way. The squire's glare neither frightens her nor stops her. She speaks confidently. Here we can see the qualities of Joan, that she is very bold, courageous, and confident. These are the characteristics of Joan. Joan: good morning, Captain Squire. You are to give me a horse and armor and some soldiers and send me to the Dauphin. Now what is she demanding? She is demanding one horse, armor, and some soldiers. And she wants to go to Dauphin. Dauphin means who? the eldest son of the King of France. He is called as Dauphin. Robert, this girl is mad. Why didn't you tell me so? You blockhead. Blockhead means a stupid person. Robert says that she is a girl. She is a small girl, about 17 to 18 years, and she needs a horse. She needs some soldiers, and also she needs an armor. I think she is really stupid person. Steward, sir, do not anger her. Give her what she wants. So Steward asked Robert to give Joan whatever she wants. Robert, I shall send you back to your father with orders to put you under lock and key. Joan, you think you will, Squire, but it won't happen that way. You said you would not see me, but here I am. That means Joan says, she said that you didn't want to see me, but still, see, here I am in front of you. Robert, so you are assuming that I will give you what you want? Robert says that what are you assuming? That will you receive what you want? Joan, yes, Squire. A horse will cost 16 francs. Francs, currency in that time of France. It is a big amount of money, but I can save it on the armor. I don't need beautiful armor made to my measure. I can find a soldier's armor that will fit me well enough. I shall not want many soldiers. The Dauphin will give me all I need to free Orleans. Now see what Joan demands. She demands only one horse, one armor, and that too not beautiful. She can find any soldier's armor that will fit her. And she did not want many soldiers, only few. And whatever she need, Dauphin will give her. Dauphin will give me all I need to free Orleans. Orleans means the capital city of Centre region in central France. Joan. Robert. To free Orleans? Robert was very shocked that how this young girl, only 17 to 18 years of age, how is she going to manage that? Robert, he was very shocked. To free Orleans? Joan, yes, Squire. 3 men will be enough for you to send me. Polly and Jack have promised to come with me. Now she says that Polly and Jack. Here we met two another characters. They are Polly and Jack. And they promised her that they are going to come with her. Robert, you mean Monsieur de Poligny? That is French word for Mr. Monsieur means Mr. Joan, yes, Squire, Jack will come willingly. He is a very kind gentleman and gives me money to give the poor. I think John Gottsheb will come and Dick the archer and their servants, John of Huncourt and Julian. There will be no trouble for you, Squire. I have arranged it all. You have only to give the order. Now, again and again, she is appealing Robert that please give the orders. Please let me go. Please give me whatever I want. Robert to the steward. Is this true about Monsieur de Poligny? Steward eagerly. Yes, sir. And about Monsieur de Metz too. They both want to go with her. Robert goes to the window and shouts into the courtyard, send Monsieur de Poligny to me, will you? He turns to Joan. Get out and wait in the yard. Smiling brightly at him. Right, Squire? And Joan goes out. She stands out. Robert to the steward. Go with her. Stay within call and keep your eye on her. I shall have her up here again. Keep a vigil. That means keep an eye. Just keep an eye on Joan. Just keep an eye on the activities of Joan. The steward retreats hastily. Hastily means to move away in a hurry. The steward retreats hastily Bertrand de Poligny, a French guard, enters, salutes and stands waiting. Robert. She says, You, Jack and Dave have offered to go with her. What for? Do you take her crazy idea of going to Dauphin seriously? सी मतलब रॉबर्ट का यहाँ पे क्या थिंकिंग था दैट जोन है ना वो बिल्कुल एक छोटी सी लड़की है. शी हैज़ गॉन मैड, शी इज़ क्रेजी, वो पागल हो गई है. उसको ऐसे लगता है दैट शी कैन फ्री द ऑर्लियंस, she can fight with the soldiers. But according to Robert, she was a small girl, a childish girl, और उसकी जो भी आइडिया थी वो बिल्कुल भी it was foolish idea, it was stupid idea according to Robert. Poligny. There is something about her, it may be worth trying. Oh come on Polly, you must be out of your mind. Out of your mind मतलब क्या तुम पागल हो गए हो? Robert says Poligny also. Poligny. What is wrong with it? The Dauphin is in Chinon, like a rat in a corner. Chinon, one of the cities in France. Like a rat in a corner मतलब चूहे के जैसे छिप के बिल में बैठना. Like a rat in a corner, except that he won't fight. The English will take Orleans. He will not be able to stop them. Robert. He bet the English the year before last at Montargis. I was with him, Poligny, but his men are cowed. Cowed means scared, frightened. But his men are cowed and now he can't work miracles. And I tell you that nothing can save our side now but a miracle. मतलब अगर कोई चमत्कार हो सकता है तो ही हम लोग बच सकते हैं. Nothing can save but only a miracle. Robert. Miracles are all right, Polly. The only difficulty about them is that they don't happen nowadays. चमत्कार मिराकल आजकल के ज़माने में नहीं होते हैं, पहले होते थे. Robert. Poligny. I used to think so. I'm not so sure now. There is something about her. I think the girl herself is a bit of miracle. Anyhow, this is our last chance. Let's see what she can do. Poligny says that, but Robert, I have seen that spark in Joan's eyes. There is something about her. कुछ तो बात है उस लड़की के अंदर. There is something about her. Robert, you really think that? Poligny, is there anything else left us to think? Let's take a chance. Her words have put fire into me. This is a phrase. Her words have put fire into me. That means her words have inspired me or motivated me. हम लोग एक चांस तो ले सकते हैं. Just we will give her one chance. इसके अलावा और हमारे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. Robert. View. See, view, it is an expression in English which expression of being tired. You are as mad as she is. फिर भी रॉबर्ट का एक ही ओपिनियन था that she has gone mad. She is completely mad. Poligny. We want a few mad people now. See where the same ones have landed us. Robert. I feel like a fool. Still, if you feel sure. Poligny. I feel sure enough to take her to Chinon, unless you stop me. But Poligny was very firm on his decision that yes, she can do something, she has that fire and she can fight. Robert, do you think I ought to have another talk with her? Poligny, yes. Joan, come up. Now again Joan enters. Poligny, be seated, Joan. Robert, what is your name? They always called me Jenny in Lorraine. Here in France, I am Joan. The soldiers call me the maid. मतलब जोन के 2-3 नाम थे. Jenny, Joan, as well as maid. Robert, how old are you? Joan, 17. So they tell me it might be 19. I don't remember. That means she doesn't remember that how old is she. Robert, I suppose you think raising a siege is as easy as chasing a cow out of a meadow? मतलब रॉबर्ट यहाँ पर क्या बोल रहा है, किसी के साथ में जाकर फाइटिंग करना, टू फाइट विद द आर्मी, to fight with the soldiers, do you think it is as easy as to chase a cow out of a meadow? Chase a cow means to drive away a meadow, or to drive away a cow out of the meadow. तुमको ऐसे लगता है कि ये इतनी आसान बात है? यू थिंक सोल्जरिंग इज़ एनीबडीज जॉब? कोई भी जाकर किसी के भी साथ में फाइट कर सकता है? यू थिंक इट्स वेरी इजी? रॉबर्ट, सीरियसली, हैव यू एवर सीन इंग्लिश सोल्जर्स फाइटिंग? हैव यू एवर सीन देम प्लंडरिंग, बर्निंग, टर्निंग द कंट्री साइड इंटू अ डेजर्ट? प्लंडरिंग मीन्स लूटिंग. Have you heard no tales of their prince who is the devil himself, or of the English king's father? क्या तुमको ये सारे बच्चों का खेल लगता है? Robert is asking John. Now see what John says. You do not understand, Squire. Our soldiers are always beaten because they are fighting only to save their skins. To save their skins means to save their lives. Only to save their skin. But I will teach them all to fight for France. Then they will drive the soldiers before them like sheep. You and Polly will live to see the day when there will not be a single English soldier on the soil of France. John says that I will teach them how to fight for the country. And one day will appear that there will be no any soldier on the soil of France. Robert. This may all be nonsense, Polly, but the troops might just be inspired by it, though nothing that we say seems to put any fire into them. Even the Dauphin might believe it, and if she can put some fight into him, she can put it into anybody. रॉबर्ट क्या बोलता है देखो कि अगर डॉफिन के अंदर इफ़ शी कैन पुट सम फाइट देन शी कैन रियली डू एनीथिंग. रॉबर्ट, नाउ यू लिसन टू मी एंड डोंट कट इन बिफोर आई हैव टाइम टू थिंक. योर ऑर्डर्स आर दैट यू आर टू गो टू शिनो अंडर द एस्कॉर्ट. एस्कॉर्ट मीन्स accompanied by someone. Under the escort of this gentleman and 3 of his friends. Joan, clasping her hands, oh, thank you, Squire, thank you so much. Paulingi, how is she to get into the royal presence? Robert, I don't know. How did she get into my presence? I don't know. How did she get into my presence? I will send her to Shinnor and she can say I sent her. Then let come what may. I can do no more. मतलब मैं सिर्फ उसके लिए इतना ही कर सकता हूँ. एंड वॉट एवर विल कम ऑन हर वे शी हैज़ टू फाइट. जो भी उसके रास्ते में जो कुछ भी आएगा, आई विल नॉट बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर एनी थिंग. आफ्टरवर्ड्स शी हैज़ टू लुक आफ्टर all the difficulties and obstacles. She has to fight. Joan, and the dress? I may have a soldier's dress, Squire. Robert, take what you please. I wash my hands off it. Joan, come, Polly. Robert, goodbye, old man. I am taking a big chance. Few other men would have done it. But as you say, there is something about her. Paulingi, yes, there is something about her. Goodbye. Finally, Robert is convinced. Finally, Robert agreed to take a chance because he thought there was something about Joan that made him believe in her. He felt that he could take a chance and send her to free Orleans. So finally, he believed that something is there in the Joan. So in this way, a small girl of 17 or 18, she persuaded Robert to send her to free the Orleans. So in this way, Joan of Arc by G.B. Shaw is a play narrating the story of the courageous and undying spirit of a girl, Joan. It outlines Joan's bold attempt to convince Captain Robert to allow her to fight the Englishmen. Throughout the play, we come across Joan's qualities that make her stand out from the ordinary soldiers. Brave and blunt, Joan's story makes for a good read, as she is what we can call one of the earliest examples of women empowerment. So this is an example of women empowerment also. So in this way, students, we have completed the lesson. Read the play, go through all the characteristics of Joan's, and the story is very easy to understand. Okay, then, students, we have completed the lesson. We will stop here. We will meet in our next lecture. Bye, all of you, and take care.